Sweet life, sweet life, sweet life.
All right, I'm gonna just get started. Okay, so today you guys wanted me to show you how I cover my cakes in fondant, and I'm actually gonna cover a real cake. There's two different methods, but probably the easiest method is just to like cover it regular. So I'm gonna just show you the regular way today. So my cake, I've already crumb coated it. I put another coat on it, and it's been in the refrigerator for like 4 or 5 hours. Get real firm. So now I'm gonna show you how I actually like. You're welcome, Tanisha. Now I'm gonna actually show you how I start to like prep the fondant and get ready to roll it for a cake. Okay, so the cake that I'm doing is actually supposed to be pink, like a light pink. So I already had white fondant. And so instead of me, you know, one way you can actually make it pink is to dye it with gel food coloring, or you can just mix it. So I need like a light pink. So the first thing I do is I use Crisco and kind of, you can use a matte, but I actually burnt my matte, so it has like spots in it. So I'm just gonna use the countertop. So I already done wiped it down, disinfected it. So I coat my countertop. If I had my matte, then I wouldn't need to use it. But sometimes I put a little bit of Crisco on the mat. But first thing I do is rub my fondant down with Crisco. And like I said, this is gonna be this cake is gonna be pink. So what I'm gonna do, it's a 7-inch cake. So I know that I don't need all of this. And then the way I'm gonna get it pink is I'm actually gonna mix it with some other pink fondant that I already had. So I save all my fondant like after I finish with cakes. I put a little bit of Crisco on it when I'm done with it, and I put them in bags and then I put them back. I like Wilton, and I also like Satin Ice. But the one thing I like about Satin Ice is that they come with these airtight containers, whereas Wilton, when you finish with the fondant, this is what you got to deal with. And then you got to, you know, have a container or something to put it in. But I wrap my Wilton fondant up, and I have like maybe like 100 of these, like empty ones or ones that got like old fondant. And so like this was Satin Ice, you know, it comes in the blue bag, and this was Wilton, so I had to put it in a bag, and I still just put them all in these airtight containers to keep them for when I want to work with them again. So like I said, I need a baby pink. And so I try to keep my, like you see in this container, it was light pink and like a darker pink. So when I go to them, I kind of know what's already in there. So the cake, I actually could have used this, but it's not going to be enough. So what I might do is just add white to this, because it's supposed to be a little bit lighter than this. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to start with this. And now that I done took the pink out and I done opened the white, like I said, I squeeze all the air out. Make sure it's airtight. And then I coat it with, I had already coated it with shortening because I was going to get ready to roll it out. So if you do that, you'll find it'll stay nice and fresh for you when you need it in the future. So we're going to start with this. And what I do, excuse me, baby, mommy working.
You making my video?
Yes. Okay, so to get light pink, yes, baby. You can stand right there. Put this in the garbage. And so I'm gonna mix these two colors.
Mix, mix, mix.
You hear my son in the background. And this is the quickest way to mix colors. Like, I love to mix two fondants together rather than trying to color it with food coloring if I don't have to. Because it gives you that smooth color. And then, like, say if this pink was too light for me, all I had to do was add some of the dark pink in to get the color a little bit darker.
Mommy, can I say hi?
Yes, you can say hi. Okay, baby, go ahead. Okay. So. And like, I like to mix like blue and red to make purple, like yellow and blue to make green if I don't have a color. Especially, you know, when you working with all these different colors. Say you got a cake and you need just a little bit of orange. You don't want to buy orange fondant or like have to make it. You literally can take red, a little bit of red if you have it, and then a little bit of yellow and mix them together and make orange. Or you could take the yellow, if you have yellow, and add a drop of red to it, and that'll also make orange. So, but if I don't have to do the food coloring, then I don't do it. I'd rather just mix two fondants together. And see, now I got a smooth baby pink. Okay. So I done worked all the air bubbles out. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of cornstarch. And so whatever shape you trying to make, you want to start with that shape. So because my cake is a circle, you want to start with a circle. And I'm going to take my mixer, my roller, and I'm going to rub it down with shortening as well. And so I start from one side and I work my way to the other. But remember, every time you go this way, you have to go this way too. And then every time you go one direction, make sure you go the opposite direction so that you keep your circle. And keep turning it so you make sure that you get even fondant. And this rolling pin actually came, I don't know if you see them online, they have the color clips that you put on the end, and those allow you to actually roll them out even. But I done, turn the light back on please. I done had this so long, I don't even know where they are, but that's a good thing like to help you out if you like just starting out, to put the color clips on the end, and they will help you make sure you roll the fondant out even. But I kind of know when I rub my hand across it, like I could tell it's thinner right here and it's thicker right here, just by rubbing my hand across it. Okay. And we completely smooth. And so what we do, pull up one side, and I kind of press it, and then we roll it back. And like I said, I already iced this cake earlier. It's been in the refrigerator for like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 hours. And so I use my rolling pin. And just lay it across like that. Let me get my fondant smoothers. Give me a second.
Mommy?
Okay, yeah, I was running out of space with all my baking stuff, so I like created a whole little organization thing in the garage with all my like cookie cutters and rolling pins and things like that. So that's why for a minute I had to think about where it was. All right. Back to what we was doing. So the first thing I do, can y'all see this? Is I smooth out the top.
Yes.
Make sure there's no air bubbles in the top.
Then we make a little fondant with purple and pink cake.
And then once I feel like I can feel the top and feel that there's no air bubbles in it, then I start securing around the edge.
Mommy,
Alex, give me a second.
I need some little rolling pin. What is it? What's the little Easter rolling pin? Where is it, Mommy?
Alex, give me a second, baby. Mommy working.
Alright.
I'll find it for you when I'm done. Okay,
I need it now.
so once I go probably like 1 inch down. And what this do is as soon as you get the fondant on there and you smooth out the top and then you secure the sides, what this do is prevent you from having rips and tears around the edges. Okay, so once we got that smoothed out, I start basically working my way down. And how I do it is you open up the pleats and just go down a little bit.
Take it, put one on top, make it into a circle, making the grass.
And excuse me because I'm looking in the camera to do this because I can't see it. But I wanted to do it towards y'all. Just open up the pleats and go down.
Alright.
Tanisha, that's why you rub it down and shortening. Because my fondant is not dry. It's like it's not wet, but it's like, not oily, but it got like a little bit, like my fingers are a little bit oily. Not too oily. But you basically need to moisturize your fondant. I'm gonna do it from the side because I need to be able to see. So I open up the pleats. All I'm doing is like gently opening them up.
That's why I don't have my rolling pin.
Gently, and don't pull, because if you pull, you're gonna rip. So just open it and gently, don't pull. Sorry, had a phone call. See? No pulling. Then you come back in with your fondant smoother. And you just make sure it's really sticking to the cake. And then on this, I kind of pinch the sides as I'm going. And then what I do at this point, kind of go through and see if you have any air bubbles, which I don't see any. And I would take like a needle, I have sewing needles, and literally just pop the bubble if you had any, but I don't have any. So now, okay, so at this point, other people cut their fondant exactly where they want it to be, but I don't. I cut maybe like a ½ inch out from where I really want my fondant to be, like this. And this is because I still like to go back in again and really make sure that my base is good. And then I'm also going to put it back in the refrigerator. And after it chills again and it gets hard, that's when I cut the bottom layer off. Because I feel like right now it's soft. And in the past, I've had problems when I try to go in and cut it. And you know, you might get too close or it's too soft. And then you ever know when you cut it too high and then you can see the cake. So that's why I don't do it. I wait till it firms up and it gets hard. And then I go in and shave it close to the base. But at this point, I'll probably play with it a little bit more. Try to sharpen up my edges a little bit more. And like I said, it has to be cold. The cake has to be cold. You won't be able, that could be another problem that you're having. Because my cake is firm. Like, you hear that? It's hard. So, there you have it. And this will go back into the refrigerator until I'm ready to do the rest of my decorations on it. I'll probably go back and like play with the edges a little bit more, but it's starting to get soft, so I'm gonna let it firm up. And then I'll go back in and sharpen up my edges, but I'm gonna put it back in the fridge for right now.
What are you gonna do?
And like I said, when you want to save the rest of your fondant, coat it in shortening.
Okay.
And then I squeeze all the air out. And that's why I like satin ice, because I have another one I could put this in if there's no space, and that's how I store my fondant till the next time. Any questions?